I thought it might be useful to move towards closing this. People are going to wonder how it was that we came to have a conversation.
Yes.
And so maybe you could shed some light on that. And because I'm curious about it as well.
I got turned on to you from a friend of mine about 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And I started listening to a lot of what you were saying, and many of the things you said I had been thinking about, but I heard you putting them into words and context. I was like, wow, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm trying to get to. I found, and a lot of it goes back to talk about self-determination, which we've talked about a lot about, and self-authoring. And then you see a lot of those threads through my book, maybe in a different way, in a more folksy way. But a lot of what you've said gave me confidence to go, I'm going to put my story on paper. So I thank you for that. And that's why I thank you
pleasure.
In the back of the book. I reached out to you, I guess a year and a half ago or so, and you and I chatted, and I've stayed in contact with your daughter. Your definition, one of the great simple things, I said earlier, sometimes just to understanding a word differently. I've always had trouble in a tough relationship, an awkward relationship with many words, but my two that I've had the longest trouble with are vulnerability and humility.
Yeah, those are tough ones.
They're tough ones. So humility, be humble. Well, for decades, be humble. I lost confidence when I was humble. I feigned false modesty, which I knew at the time, that's arrogant. What are you doing?
Right, absolutely. It's very difficult to have humility without being arrogant about it. Weirdly enough.
You said, and correct me if I misquote you, humility is knowing you have more to learn.
You're either in love with what you know or you're in love with what you don't know, and there's a lot more of what you don't know, so pick your love carefully.
Oh, well, that, I went, I purchase. I'm in on that. But for the first time when I see that, I'm not shrinking. I'm actually standing taller.
Mm-hmm.
My heart's higher. My chin's higher. My shoulders are further back.
Right.
I have more courage going forward because, 100%. I can rely on that until I'm gone, and maybe even further than that. Yes, I have more to learn. I purchase. But now I can go forward with confidence of actually what I do know, what I have built. I can add more courage. I can forgive easier. I can take responsibility with more courage. I can take care of the things I've built and to attend those gardens better with that understanding of humility. So for that, I thank you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's a humility.